Alright, welcome back. We're at Act 3. I've just done a little bit of work on my character. I'll show you. I had these unique boots that dropped at some point, and so I've put them on just because they give the 20% movement speed, and it actually adds a little bit of chaos damage to spells and attacks during any flask effect. So, you know, if I have to heal during a fight, then it's going to give some extra chaos damage, so that's good. I also created this 4-link. Actually, I had it as a 4-link, but it was 2 blues and 2 reds, even though it was armor and evasion rating. So I put a few chromatics on it until I got 2 greens and 2 reds. Then I threw an essence at it, and I mean, it gave me a little bit of physical damage to attacks, sure, and 90% increased attack speed, which is also good. I don't need the dex, obviously, because I'm a dex character, but not bad. It's the links really that I'm concerned with here. So what I've done is I've added vicious projectiles to Cobra Lash. So now I've got vicious projectiles, which says that supported skills deal 30% more chaos damage over time, 30% more physical damage over time. Supported skills deal 30% more physical projectile attack damage, which is really what I'm concerned with. And supported skills have 10% less projectile attack speed. So that's probably mitigated by the 9% increased attack speed that's on the gloves. But then I've still got maim and chance to bleed. These are just nice to haves. Maim's giving 10% more physical damage and a chance to maim, and then if they do get maimed, they take 10% increased physical damage. So sure. And then this here, chance to bleed, just possibly causes bleeding, and 10% more damage if it is bleeding. So that's what I'm going with right now. Eventually I could drop both of these red gems in favor of something better, but for now, this is what I've got, and it's not too shabby. So let's go find Piety and kill her. She'll be doing a lot of lightning damage, actually. I don't think I have any resists. Yeah, like I've just got whatever's on the tree and a little bit on my gear. Let me get some rings or something that are going to help me with my resistances. Usually level 1 and 2 I don't worry too much. I mean, level 1 I want cold resistance for Merveil. Level 2 I usually want lightning resistance for that, whatever the boss is at the end there. I didn't even remember to do that this time. But for level 3, I definitely want lightning resist, both for the boss and just in general. Let's see what I have in the form of lightning. I can spell it right. It's lightning damage. Alright, that's 60 in lightning resist. Alright, well, unfortunately, alright, I'm going to pop this belt on. I'm going to take this ring. You have 21% lightning resist. And I'm not a high enough level. And then I guess just a 16 cold and lightning. Probably fire and lightning would be better, to be honest. Got a fire and lightning? So this? Yeah, 12% is not very good. What about this? 12%, really? Apparently all my fire and lightning is 12%. There is the possibility that I have a ring in one of these. What's this? Fire and lightning with some extra lightning. That is better. I'm going to do that instead of the cold and lightning. Alright, so if I look at my resist now, I'm over max on lightning. Fire and cold I could be doing better on. So maybe instead of 21%, I could actually go with a little bit less. Again, I'd like to get fire. Fire and lightning. Alright, I'll do this. It's got fire and lightning. It's also got a little bit of rarity, mana regen. So they're 73, 42, 30. Cold's like the least important, generally. Fire is usually the most important, but in this context, lightning's more important for Piety at the end of this mausoleum or whatever. Crematorium, I guess is what it is. And also for the end boss of this act. Dominus fires all kinds of lightning at you. Look at me. I'm living like a king in Act 3 with a 4-link. This is when Ruthless feels good. But, I mean, truthfully, it's not that I like to suffer. Like, clearly, I don't like suffering. It's that Ruthless is fun when you gotta work with what you've got. But when you don't have anything, it's kind of brutal. Right? And I mean, and some builds simply work better than others. But it's a learning process for me, too. I'm simply an enthusiast. I'm not an expert. I'm trying to learn more.
Choose what you wish.
I wish for none of that stuff. I would like to know where the crematorium is. If I can beeline to it. It made a funny noise when it died. Alright, take a spirit shield just in case it has a +1 to some type of elemental skill. Damn. I feel like this is the right way for the crematorium. I'm almost there. Yes, I see the door. I will level up clarity because now I'm doing a 4-link, so it's going to be using more mana. Alright.
Treat life and death with equal grace, it's said.
Now, the direction that I have to go... See, this is why I also wanted some fire, because there's conductivity. You know, at least it's level 1. Again, I won't be using it on this build, but that is one of the ones that you do get. It's one of the ones that I had on my Arc Elementalist, but that one's actually leveled up quite a bit. So if for some reason I was inclined to do another lightning build, I could use this earlier.
You've done well.
This thing.
What is your desire?
Well, I'm not certain that I'm going in the right direction. It's a time-worn claw, so that's a higher level claw than what I was just dealing with before. This is 16 to 43, which I think is already better base damage than this, yes. So, maybe if I throw an essence at it, I don't want to go there if I don't have to, but I feel like I might have to. You know, maybe if I throw an essence at it, I could actually get it to be better than the unique that I'm currently wearing.
Low on mana.
I'm definitely using a lot more mana. When I get close to Piety, I should see the exclamation mark. Where poor Tolman is being tortured. I think it's got to be in this direction. The Ignite seem to be helping me against these guys. Right, I'm at a dead end. Hopefully it's down here. No, it looks like I've gone completely the wrong way. Yep. Well, that's frustrating. Like, that's a really long way to, like, find out that, like, oh, sorry, this is a dead end. I guess I would love to run by these mobs. I can't get through the door. Alright, so I see the exclamation. It's up here. Oh! Come back this way.
My shadow continues to nip at my heels. Bag it and tag it, boys and girls.
Trying to get my decoy totem out so that they can leave me alone. Alright, she should go away soon. Alright. Go get the key. So identify these items and see what I've got here. What about a fire resistance? No. Okay, I'm gonna keep that clock because I might throw an essence at it. I don't need conductivity right now. Yeah, where do I want to put the claw? Put here for now. Alright, I think Marimo gives me a gem. Yep. Alright, so this is when I can get a curse. Oh, so it's just chaos resistance. Okay, so I thought despair, I got confused and thought that maybe despair is actually for damage over time, but it's actually chaos resistance. So I intend to take this to 100% chaos, so this is absolutely what I want. I mean, these could be okay too for certain. But I like despair. Despair it is.
General Gravicius demands.
I can't use it until I get the dual curse thing, because I intend to use my Assassin's Mark here. I don't even have any other blues. I'll just put this away for now. I will bring it out, especially when I can link it with Blasphemy too. That'll be nice. Alright, so, oh yeah, I was debating whether to go up on here, get that 27% increased chaos damage. Yeah, I'll take this one for now. Alright, I gotta go back in here. So I thought with my cosmetics, because I'm doing some poison, I put the green back on. Because I'm doing chaos damage, I've got the purple claw. And then this shield is actually a, I don't know if I got it from like a drop or something on Twitch, but it gives me a little bit of a aura of stones floating around me too. And then I think I'm using the Chaos Spawn or something outfit, which doesn't have a lot of effects or anything, but looks fairly sleek, I think. Alright, so with this guy, yeah, I run out of mana real quick. This Warlink. Alright, I went the wrong way to get my where this first thing is. I'm still forgetting to mark people. I just remembered it there. It is nice to get the power charges. I can actually steal these power charges from these guys too. Alright, so I think there's only one statue or busk or whatever before this waypoint. And there's two afterwards, so that's why I didn't bother going up after I got the one there. Alright, so the second one is either going to be down or over here. I'm already going in this direction, so let's see if it's over here. Not that way. Oh. Yes, it's over here. Beautiful. This is what I like to see. Again here, I guess I might as well go for this. Go to 100% chaos. Then I think I want to go down Yeah, then I think I want to go down and get the charges. Because then I can also get the 100% duration on charges, which will be really nice. Feels a lot better once I have that. There's quite the hold up in the hallway there. Alright, so I don't care about Beargrave's Decanter Spiritus or whatever. But I would like to know where the pathway is, where the statues will be. It's clearly not here. It's gotta be up. Alright, there's an exclamation mark. Is the thing for Fairgraves, which I don't care about. Statue's right over here. And I don't have to go and fight whatever in the catacombs or whatever. The thing is past this waypoint. That door right there. Whatever this is. Yeah, the catacombs. Because that's just where the trial is, and I've already done the trials on these characters. I'm just looking for the exit from this zone, which will either be over here or up. I'm hoping it's over here. So this is a level 26 zone, I'm level 28, so I'm slightly over leveled. Right, see the doorway. If I can get there without getting hammered by all these Mirage mobs. There we go. Battlefront. Now I'll go through here, get the waypoint, get the first item for the Gemling Queen, and then I will go to the docks, get the second item. Won't worry about Fairgraves there. Okay, I'll go this way. Alright, there's that. Oh, I'll get the waypoint. It'll come in handy when I go to leave the docks. Is my precision leveling up? Alright, so Vicious Projectiles is not leveling up because I decided to park it because I was using it on another character too. See, 30% more projectile damage, like, I will absolutely level these up when the time comes if I'm gonna keep using them. I probably will keep using Vicious Projectiles, but as I said, I'm playing around with a bow build as well right now. It would be helpful to use it on there. So, just taking the 30% more that it gives is actually quite nice. What was this? Fire trap. Yeah, I wasn't certain if Precision was leveling up. I haven't seen it in a while. And it made me wonder if I had been using a Precision that I'd already kind of like perked and said don't level up. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, there is the possibility that the area that I just walked by to the right is where the thing is that I want. This entire zone is a big guessing game. Could be over here. Alright, and it's not. Let's see if I can get everyone to piss off and go over there. Just have to walk by. Alright, so I'll do this essence just because it's an essence. Like, has anyone else played
What is your desire?
Mirage without like having a build that's quite powerful? Because it just really doesn't feel good when you're like surrounded by enemies like that. Like, there's nothing else like that in a zone. It's always just the Mirage that does that. I was hoping that I'd have something to make me a little bit more powerful here, because then I could do the essence with some extra power. I might as well do a rarity of item, because maybe something better will drop. Because I do intend to do that essence. I might as well do it in here. Alright. Well, I have missed the yellow thing that I need, so it's either just above me. It could also potentially be down here. It's worth checking. I don't know what's slowing me down. It feels like a... like, not like a hinder. It feels like something is like... Alright, I mean, I'm hindered now. Yeah, whatever that is, it's just like vines or something coming out of the ground. I don't know. It was too quick. I couldn't click on the thing to see what it was. So it's either over here, or it's that area that I walked by when I first entered the zone, which is what I'm thinking it is. I don't think it's down here. I think this is just going to be like kind of a... you know, maybe. Right, it's probably over this way. There it is. Alright, now I go back to the battlefront. It should not have despawned yet. That's good. And I go into the Temple of Solaris. Right, now will the doorway be left or up? I see it. Kind of diagonal, actually. But yes, ultimately left here.
Not a speck of dust or brick out of place. Someone's got too much time on their hands.
Yeah, it might be this way. This might just be a dead-end room, in which case, yes, I didn't have to go anywhere near that Mirage. That's unfortunate. I mean that I went there at all. But unfortunate they actually locked that one away. Just wish I'd known beforehand. And I'm hoping this is the right direction. It might not be. I think those are the bosses that appear, the mini bosses, kind of before the stairway. Going to the next floor? Maybe not, though. Might be a dead-end room, yes. If there's not a moment that something's not applying some type of like hindrance to your movement. do I get down to that door? Is it down here? Good. Alright, I'm not getting any immediate benefit from this, but I will eventually. Something leveled up here. Assassin's Mark. There's a big boss statue somewhere. No, this is not the right way. I'm gonna go back down the staircase, but I can't do it with all those enemies there. There's like a purple hand holding my foot. I don't know what that was. Some new form of hindrance.
You are not a cock. What is that?
Alright, I'm gonna go for... Oh. I've already got several dex amulets, but this one's a plus 30, which is nice. But I feel like the strength is probably more what I'll need on this character. So even though it's only 22, I haven't turned into things. The things to Yanlin, Harlan, what's his name? Hargan. Let's do that.
I'll miss a boy. Victoria. The Beatles. Bring me back something nice, huh?
So just have to ID this thing.
Need some help. Be careful.
So it's got strength and intelligence, that's fine. I need to talk to Grigor. He's just going to tell me that I need to kill Piety. Alright, so now I go back to the sewers. And I use the Infernal Talc to go through here. Then, kill Gravicius. Do the Lunaris temple, kill Piety again.
I'm inside the Blackguard stronghold.
I might actually skip out on the library, because all I get is an uncut skill gem for doing that, which I don't intend to use right now. And I can always go back and do it later if I need to. If it was a skill point, I'd want to do it, but the uncut skill gem or whatever it is, like I don't... There's nothing that I want to get at this point. I've still got 3 from my Arc Elementalist. These guys can just piss off. Go on. Alright, I forgot to get better fire damage, or better fire resistance, I mean. This might not be a good idea. Yeah, I'm trying to kill the ads first. I can just focus on Gravicius, because he's tanky enough on his own. Right. Let's get the decoy totem up. I mean, I marked him. What good does that do? Again, doing chaos damage is nice, because this could hurt. Because it goes through his energy shield, and that's good. Right, decoy totem. Right, one of my, 2 of my flasks are already empty now. Come on. I could probably actually pull Culling Strike.
Have I killed
Yeah.
you back in Aria if I'd have been showered in gold.
I can maybe get those golems going, but they're leveled up quite high. I didn't level up Culling Strike because I didn't have the dex, but I did level up the golems quite a bit, so I don't think I can use those when I was using on my Arc Elementalist. And I can't fit Culling Strike into my rotation yet. Once I ascend, I'll get Culling Strike naturally. It's actually in the Ascension, you do some crit damage, some crit multi, and Culling Strike on crits. And because I intend to kind of stack crits, that'll happen quite often. Alright, so I should probably roll a claw. See if I can get one that's better than this, this rare that I've got. Or, sorry, this unique that I have. Right, maybe when I get to the waypoint up here. I don't know, this unique's decent, so I don't know that, you know, throwing an essence on one of these ones. I just got a magic one too, so I'll ID it, but I did get that time more in one. Which had better base stats, but this other one, it gives some actual, holy sweet crap, man. Oh, I have no time for this Mirage bullshit. Like every single zone, it's just 1,000 enemies that come about. Like that's my biggest criticism of this league. I love the fact that Mirage just, you can take it or leave it, go into it, get some possible loot, duplicate some things like Rogue Exiles or Essences. That's awesome. It's you know, keep it core. I'm not gonna fight. Whatever, coal. But like it's these extra mobs that just spawn in the zone, right? Like it just makes it so miserable. You know, in no other situation as you're going through like the campaign do you get surrounded by so many enemies. Am I just going back in a circle? I am. Yeah, I'm just going back in a circle here. Alright, let's see if I can not get killed by Cole, or if he's actually still following me. Assume he's up here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so I've got temporal chains applied to me right now. Yeah, the Mirage mobs that spawn in the zone, 0 out of 10. That's trash, and I hope they absolutely remove that from the game. I don't like that at all. The actual portals, make that core. It's cool.
I was once off my tip.
It's like, for a couple of things, when you've got a weak build, those enemies are like the only place in the campaign that overwhelm you, other than boss fights. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand those can be tough. I think I'm going the wrong way. I'm gonna find a stairway here, but maybe. But yeah, like when you're going through the campaign anyway, you have to like try to not overlevel. You have to intentionally not kill mobs, because if you just kill everything, you will overlevel, right? So it's not like we needed more mobs in the zones. So they're not needed in that sense. Secondly, like, I don't know, I can't remember the last league mechanic that, you know, wasn't optional, that just made everything more miserable. I mean, maybe Bestiary, because like if you get into a zone that had the beasts in it, they weren't optional, like you'd have to deal with it. But you know, something like Delve or Incursion, you have to interact with those things, and if you don't interact with them, you don't have to do them. It's not a concern. I've totally gone the wrong way, clearly. Let's go down the stairs. Then go back up over here and go up the stairs again. And it's got to be either left or straight ahead.
I'd question what I've become if I felt the need. I don't.
Yeah, my concern is like if you're trying to play hardcore, right, more than likely you're gonna die those mobs if you're not prepared. Or even if you're just trying to play Ruthless, like they just make the grind stupider than it has to be. Because under normal, like if you were playing in like Standard League, they wouldn't be there, and you would just have the regular mobs to deal with. I'm going to the dead end again. Yes, I always go the wrong way when I get up here. Yeah, that's my hot take, is that get those ruthless mobs out of the actual zones, right? Keep the portals in there, you know, keep your circle of cultist shrouded things, that's fine, right? But all of the other mobs that just can swarm you, hinder you, stab you, bleed you, follow you around, some of which are rare, some of which are magic, like, to do without all that stuff. So again, it's not the 6,000 projectiles that are being fired at me, which is usually the problem here, because those things can really, you know, swarm you, but they're not killing me. No, it's the Mirage mobs. I'll just open the doors over here. Good. And like this build certainly feels stronger than my Arc Elementalist felt, and it still is miserable to encounter like an entire screen full of Mirage mobs that just swarm me like that. And like they're still following me. Look at these guys. It's crazy, man. Like I don't agree with whatever the decision was to put those there. Like, I think that's unnecessary, right? The mechanic itself is awesome, but those guys, like, you don't need them. Oh, I've still got Bear Trap. I don't even need it. All right, I'm not going to level up Bear Trap because I'm not using it. Cobra Lash will, of course, level up. I leveled up. Speaking of leveling up. All right, so now I'm going to get the 27% increased chaos, but it's really this 40% conversion the chaos to make me do 100% chaos.
It's been a grand experiment, Shadow. Time we saw the results.
This is not going to be fun. Forgot. Only some of my resistances are good. Well, really only lightning is good. He does all kinds of damage here, including like cold. I can stand and tank her lightning balls, that's fine. Yeah, her fire and her cold are what I have to watch for. Here's the cold. Just hide behind those. I don't even know where she is, man. What the hell? She's there.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Alright, she hasn't become the crazy melee thing where she attacks you with super big hits. She's almost down. Good. Alright, now Grigor will give us something because we actually killed Piety. That's all he really wanted. She's the one who did this to him.
Piety.
He acts like he's concerned about the Gemling Queen too, but he's not really.
Wherever he is.
It's ID and sell. What's this? Law of Anger. 14 to 38. 11 to 39, so that's, I'm not going to worry about that claw. I will roll the other one.
Watch yourself.
Alright, do any of these guys give me anything?
You are the
Alright, good, good. All lightning, flamethrower trap. I'm kind of a fan of these traps. Alright, so I don't know which one to take here. I wonder if cremation would be better than the fire trap that I'm currently using. It's not a trap, so I could potentially use cremation and a different trap. Am I reading that right? Flamethrower trap. So it just sends flames out, but it deals 6 to 9 fire damage. Like my fire trap deals 76.8 base fire damage per second. Deals 27 to 41 fire damage. I mean, I know this one's leveled up a bit, but this just seems a bit weak. The, whatever flamethrower trap. I don't know though, maybe it's good. Sometimes things look silly when you look at them like this, but they're actually amazing, so I'm not going to take it. I might not take any of these right now. I'm going to do some research and figure out which one might be more up my alley. Yeah, I don't know which one of these to take, so I'm not going to take one yet.
Go.
Hopefully I remember to take one later.
Bring me back something nice, huh?
I guess I can use this. I'll probably upgrade my other flasks too now. There. Yes. I don't know if I have some of these that are rolled. Probably. Nope. Alright, that's fine. Gotta go at the point. Okay, gotta talk to Clarissa to get my flasks filled.
Hello.
And then I'm going to take this. And I will take 40% of physical, convert it to chaos. So now Cobra Lash is doing 100% chaos damage. Precision. Where's my chaos? Where's my... Here it is. 686. I feel like there was something else I was going to do while I was here. I don't know what it was. Alright, I gotta try and remember that I've got that thing with Maramoa. Ebony Barracks, that's where I want to go. And I'm going to avoid the library. I'm going to go right in and kill Dominus. Or make my way to him and kill him. Hopefully. There are some... I need to work on my resist. Lightning's the only one that's half decent right now. Well, maybe fire's in its 40s, but... Yeah, 42 fire, but 30 cold. I don't think anything in Dominus's arena does cold damage. I know there's the thing that does chaos. It kind of pulses. I think it's chaos anyway. It could be a physical damage over time. Sometimes I get those two confused. There's the one that shoots like the projectiles, like the magma things. I'm not going to do this. Normally I like doing blights. I don't know why. It's just kind of a self-contained little thing. Like, I'm not really a strategy game player, but for some reason, and I don't like tower defense, but blights, it's the reward, right? If you can do blights without dying, then I find them to be worth it, and I like that. And if you have a strong enough build, doing blights is not an issue. But in Ruthless, I'll do them in maps, you know, or if I've got a stronger build going. At this point, like, I feel like if a rare enemy spawned in Blight, I'd just be sitting there hammering it, and all the while the pump could be in danger of being destroyed. I know that that's the fruit, which I don't care about. I think that the tower will be this way, but I could... No. I was going to say, I could be wrong. Never mind. There is another entrance down. Whoa. One of these is like a unique guy. Alright. You hang out with that statue for a while. Alright, so this is the trial. So, for that exclamation mark that I'm looking at, it's too close. That's got to be the fruit. Plum. Chittus's plum, which I don't care to get. Which means in all likelihood I have to go down. Yeah, it's Chittus's plum. Means I gotta go down, probably, and over The library would be up to the left of the trial. Yeah, this is probably the way that's going to take me to the tower, which is the only place I really care for right now. You know what I didn't get, though? I didn't even get the waypoint in here. But I don't care. If I'm going to go to the library, I can just take the... whatever, the zone before this. Oh, I did get the waypoint. Okay, it was right before Cassia. I just forgot.
Whoever built this was desperately compensating for something.
Alright. Hopefully Dominus doesn't give me a problem. There is his second phase. It bleeds. I've got a bleed flask. It's probably... I don't know if it's if I'm high enough level to use it. Because I was using it, but it was probably a higher level one. Using it on the Arc Elementalist. I might go and look just before I get there. I don't care about the waypoint and these here. I just want to go to Dominus. Oops. It should be where the Scion was. Yep, right there. Alright, so this is the last floor before we get to Dominus's arena on the rooftop. Not bad, not bad. We're about 47 minutes into the video. I stopped and talked a bit at the beginning, so this has been decent. Certainly quicker than Arc. But I wasn't running a 4-link in Act 3 with Arc either. Alright, so... see if you'll just go and do that. He does hit hard. I'm not doing a lot of damage. Which means that I've got more than one boss spawning here. Really? One of my flasks is already empty. That's crazy. Right, go to the decoy totem. Yes. Alright, I can tank her a lot better than that other thing. Alright, there we go. Alright, so here's the... whatever this is. Alright, do a decoy totem. He does not care for the decoy totem at all. He is not so easily fooled as the other ones. Okay, now he is. Because maybe it was just maybe I was a little bit too far out of his range. Alright, this guy's doing some poison damage. And totem, I'll throw a flame thing on him. Then there's the chick with these projectiles. I mean, they're not too bad. This guy I'm wondering. See, this pulsing, is this chaos or is this like a physical damage? It's probably physical.
Have you ever seen the true face of God, exile? Shrink not from God.
I tank Dominus' lightning? Try to do the decoy totem on him. Hasn't done like the Hand of God thing.
Shrink not from God.
Just need a
There it was.
Shrink not from God.
Alright, well, he's almost down.
The touch of God.
Energy shield means nothing.
This world is an illusion, exile.
Alright, so I'm hoping with this guy, with this phase 2, that I could throw my decoy totem down. And focus on it more than me. Like, I thought there's like a 4-second cooldown of the decoy totem. Why did it take me forever to be able to spawn that again? Yeah, it could have just been that it didn't recognize my key. Alright, I've almost got him. One more decoy totem. Alright.
It's funny, Your Grace. I always thought you'd be taller.
Alright, I'm going to make my way down here now so I can get these, oh sorry, these, get the 12% chance to get a power frenzy or endurance charge. Alright. Well, technically this is Act 4 now, but until I get to town I don't feel like I'm really there yet.
More walking and killing for me.
So I do feel like I need to... Oh, that's what I was going to do when I was in town before. I knew there was something that I forgot to do. I was going to try and maybe roll an essence on the claw. My thoughts are, though, even though the base damage was a bit better, this unique claw is giving 4 to 16 flat physical damage, and I think that's going a long way. And unless the essenced claw were to get a good chunk of flat physic, it probably wouldn't be as strong. But I'll use it. I'll use an essence on it. At least see. I mean, I realize I could also just transmute it, but you have a much better chance if you've got the 7 or 6 affixes than just 2. Ultimately, if you get some flat damage, obviously physical attack speed would be awesome. Increased physical damage would be awesome. You know, and I would take some flat elemental damage too. If I wants to throw some fire damage on there, that's cool. But the reality is that I'll probably get none of that, and I'll get like increased light radius and some other crap. Oh, here we go with Mirage. Can I not die? Yeah. No, I cannot not die. I was watching a British guy talk about something on a YouTube video, and he said that whatever something it was, it boiled his piss. And though I haven't heard that expression before, I get it. And that's how I would describe those mobs of Mirage enemies that just ambush you like that and make you have to restart back to the zone, like the start of the zone. They boil my piss. I will level up Clarity, because a 4-link uses up a lot more mana than a 1-link. My little cat trailing behind me there. I've got a black cat in real life. Sylvester. Black and white cat. Diabetic, the poor thing. He just appeared at our house. We live out in the country. He just appeared, so I think someone dropped him off because he was expense they didn't want to deal with. So they said, here, you deal with this. But I love him. He's a good boy. So somehow I gotta get past this thing. I can... Dude, I have no words. I might have to start doing Ruthless and Standard League just to avoid these guys. I don't even have to fight this boss. I'd rather not. But like, I couldn't really walk by because all these guys were there too. I'll probably walk by now, but now I've got most of them dead. Half-life. You drop nothing.
Choose
And you
what
offer nothing.
wish.
Alright, so I've learned that there's a lot of boss fights I don't like in this game. And I mean, I haven't even done a lot of the endgame boss fights, and I'm sure I wouldn't like any of those, but yeah, there's a handful throughout the campaign that I now know that I'm not looking forward to. But I feel like those are like but a moment, right? But Mirage is every single zone. It will just have a bunch of enemies that will try and gank you and destroy you and make you have to restart and go back. And it's tiresome. Like, it really is. I don't like it at all. Look at this guy. Look at this freaking rare monster chasing me, doing crazy, like, slash. It's just nuts, man. And that's not a normal monster. Any other league, you won't find that there. Right? This is just with the Mirage, and it's overtuned, man. It's silly.
Until next time.
Right? Is it stopping people playing regular Path of Exile from getting through the campaign? You know, or even stopping Ruthless people? No. But it's hindering them. Especially Ruthless or Hardcore, right? For regular, you got, you know, your regular power, and you've got auras, and you've got heralds, and you've got, you know, linked sockets and things. Like, it's fine. Those guys aren't that bad. But for this type of thing, when you're handicapped in any way, those Mirage mobs suck. And they're persistent. They're just always there. Every zone. Alright, so here, Act 4. Just under an hour. Thank you very much for joining me. Please like and subscribe. And I will be back to do Act 4 in the next episode. Hopefully. Thank you. Bye-bye.